Hi, Bakerview kids. The story today is called The King of All Kings. Far away in the east, 3 clever men saw the very same star, the star that God had put in the sky when Jesus was born. They knew it was a sign. A baby king had been born. They had been waiting for this star, and they knew it would come. "He's here," they shouted. "He's here." And I'm sure if you'd been there, you would have heard them laughing and dancing and singing until the sun came up. At dawn, they packed up their camels and wrapped their gifts for the baby. They brought their most precious treasures of all, frankincense, gold, and myrrh, special, sparkly, lovely smelling, gleaming things, just perfect for a king.
The 3 wise men set off. If you had met them, you'd think they were kings because they looked so rich. They looked so clever and important. They rode their camels across endless deserts, up the very steep mountains, down into deep, deep valleys, through raging rivers, through grassy plains, night and day, and day and night, for hours that turned into days, that turned into weeks, that turned into months and months, until at last they reached
Jerusalem. Jerusalem was by far the most important city for miles around, and as anyone can tell you, that's where a palace would be, and where kings would be born in palaces. So that's where they went. But they were in for a surprise. They went to see King Herod. Surely he'd know where this baby was. But he didn't. In fact, he didn't like the sound of a new king. It made him cross. He didn't want anyone to be king except him. But Herod's advisors told the 3 wise men what was written in their books, what God had said about the baby king. "Go to Bethlehem. That's where you'll find him." Suddenly the star that they had seen in the east started moving again, showing them the way. So the 3 wise men followed the star out of the big city, along the road, and into the little town of Bethlehem. There they followed the star through the streets of Bethlehem and out into the nice part of town, through the not so nice part of town, and into the really not nice at all part of town, down a little dirt track until it stopped right over there, a little house. But wait, it wasn't a palace, and there weren't any guards or servants or flags or red carpets or trumpets or anything. Did they get it wrong? Or was this what God meant?
Sure enough, in that little house, there, sitting on his mother's knee, they found him, the baby king. The 3 wise men knelt before the little king. They took off their very rich royal turbans and gleaming golden crowns. They bowed their noble heads to the ground and gave him their sparkling treasures. The journey that had begun many centuries before had led the 3 wise men here, to a little town, to a little house, to a little child, to the king God had promised David all those years before. But this child was a new kind of king. Though he was the Prince of Heaven, he had become poor. Though he was a mighty God, he had come like a helpless baby. The king hadn't come to be boss. He had come to be a servant.